Hello, all listeners, let's change the atmosphere. Let's change to conduct programs in the cave with me, Caveman. Today comes with a story in the episode. Pooh goes to work in other provinces. The title is Ta-chan. Let's follow and listen to this story. Hello, cave woman, how are you?
Hello, Caveman, I'm fine.
Today, cave women will convey another story of Pooh. The last time the story of Ant Dam happened was around the year 1985, but this story of Ta-chan happened around the year 1993. What was the story of Ta-chan? You can invite me to tell you.
Approximately March-April, Pooh got a new job as a clerk of the wood company who are looking for workers to go to live in other provinces in order to cross to Laos. Female employees, no one will accept this job. Pooh, therefore, asked to be a person to go by himself. Pooh had to live with the workers. As for Ta-chan, at first Pooh didn't know who he were and where he came from. But Pooh doesn't really like him. Because he will have the smell of liquor, the smell of cigarettes. Pooh lived for about 3 months. The company made a concession on the side of Laos. Take out the old set of wood. And sent to Bangkok successfully. Successfully submitted the bidding envelope. It's time to Mark would send Long Ju and the workers into the forest. In order to go mark where the trees can be cut and trees that they are not allowed to cut, Ta-chan will go into the forest with Tone. Tone is a wooden driver of the Thai side. At that time the office had no male clerks. Pooh, therefore, had to go to Laos for the first time. Went to see the wood concession area that the company had at that time. It is a group of Pradang wood, Takian wood, and Tabak wood, which according to the rituals of the Thai people. There will be an offering to the Chow Pa Chow cow, which is done 2 times, morning and evening, that must be sacrificed because it is believed that there's a spirit in the tree, and then there is a symbol to say that to cut down this tree. The accommodation is a pillar platform. And covered with wooden floor tent tops. As for the workers, there will also be workers who are Laotians. He would say that if he had to stay in the forest, in the area where we will cut wood, do not sleep on the floor. When it's time to go to bed, after everyone had gone to bed, we'll pull up the stairs. But below we'll make a bonfire. And then there will be a generator that uses oil. On the night of the offering ceremony, there will be alcohol in the set of offerings. The area where we make offerings is an open courtyard. And then come back to the accommodation. On the part of the worker, they will prepare food and liquor for you. After everyone had finished eating and drinking, went up to sleep in the tent, there is only one, Ta-chan, left. He comes to ask for more liquor from Pooh. Pooh said that not have any more, causing him to become annoyed and walk away. Everyone slept on top. As for some Lao workers to sleep on the truck. The first night passed, and in the morning everyone had to prepare for work. We'll leave early in the morning in order to return to the Thai side, prepare documents, and prepare for work. That evening, Pooh did not cross with them. Only the workers would cross over to prepare. So asked for Ta-chan, everyone thought that he would go by another car. Which is not my own car.
Because there are many cars, it may be possible that he may go in one of the cars.
Yes, when taking the truck across the shore. We'll move some tools across. Trucks can cross about 4 to 6 cars at a time, so no one knows where Ta-chan has gone. Or go with any car. There are 8 workers in total. Skip the first night and prepare tools for work. They would take turns sitting on the dangling legs on the hunting mall and looking at the animals. The bottom was filled with wood for the fire. There is a worker named Nam, who has one real eye and the other is fake. While he was sitting, he saw Ta-chan holding something round, which he didn't care about. Then Ta-chan took it and set it up. And then he sat down, hugging the back of the knee against the back tree. In front will be a bonfire. There is a man named Nam sitting on the hunting mall watching animals. Ta-chan sat without saying a word. By staring at the face of Nam, who thought that Ta-chan was strange today, did not drink alcohol because every time he had to see him holding a bottle of liquor, but he tried to look. What is the orb that Ta-chan placed? After a moment he collapsed to sleep. His face turned towards Ta-chan, then saw that the orb had turned.
Orb that Ta-chan is holding?
Yes, it's a little hairy orb. It turned and the light of the fire shine on that sphere making it look like a wrinkled face. Nam rebounded. At first, he thought he was blind. So looked again, then he immediately crawled into the tent. Entering the tent, he went to sleep curled up. Tone, who was lying in the tent, asked in surprise. Because there must be someone watching the equipment outside, Nam doesn't say anything. But he shook his head and didn't go out. So Tone crawled out instead. When he crawled out, he saw Ta-chan sitting there. Haven't gotten up yet, but the orb was in a normal state. He just looked. After a while, Ta-chan stood up. Which the sphere rolled in front of Ta-chan. By rolling towards the forest, Ta-chan turned and smiled at Tone and followed the orb. Tone looked after him. And only thought that Ta-chan would be crazy, and he sat on guard until the morning. In the morning, those who meet at the sawmill on the Laos side with one Laotian worker who will keep the documents. Nam walks to go to Poo. And told Poo that he wanted to go back to the Thai side. Don't cut wood, let's go to the warehouse instead. Poo asked the reason, but he didn't tell. Poo, therefore, allowed Nam, and then crossed the boat back to the Thai side with Poo. There is a new set of workers who came from Bangkok to cross the boat back to Laos. While waiting to board the ship, a group of workers saw Ta-chan standing on the Laos side at the pier. I thought that Ta-chan would come and wait for me. When crossing the bank, he didn't see Ta-chan, only saw a sawmill car parked and waiting. They immediately got into the back of the car. Which is thought that Ta-chan must have been in front of the car and went with the driver. Upon arrival at the camp, they will sleep together in the car. By stretching the canvas and lying. That night, Ta-chan walked around the car and shouted to the people in the car to drink alcohol. Those people woke up and looked up, but did not find Ta-chan, so he lay down again. Then they heard Ta-chan came to call them to drink again. But no one cares. On the third day, the table where the offerings are placed must be kept. In order to start the work tool, Poo saw Ta-chan lying next to the table. And then saw the incense sticks used for paying homage put upside down on the floor. Ta-chan lay dead there.
Does it mean that the incense stick is placed upside down?
Yes, there are bottles of liquor on the floor around him. The Lao worker said he was probably dead for about 2 to 3 days. Poo wondered how it was possible. Because the workers still see Ta-chan. There was a Laotian who came across Laos on the first night. He came to tell Poo after bringing the body of Ta-chan to the sawmill on the Lao side, waiting to move the body back to the Thai side. He said that on the night of the offering ceremony, Ta-chan walked over to the table and pulled out the incense sticks, put them all upside down to the ground, and took down the liquor that was on the table and drank.
Oh, he is very addicted to alcohol.
Lie down and drink alcohol next to the table. He saw the news but did not dare to tell anyone. Poo asked back if he knew that Ta-chan had died. He replied that he wasn't sure. The next morning, he got into the car with Tuesday. He saw Ta-chan walking up to the back of the car. But when he arrived at the sawmill, I can't see Chan's eyes anymore. So he did not dare to cross the border to work again. Because of fear, therefore, it was concluded that Ta-chan would die since the day of the offering ceremony, but no one knows because the point of worship and the camping spot will be very far apart, causing no one to walk to that point. The first night Nam didn't tell anyone. Because if he told everyone, they would be suspicious that there must be something going on with Ta-chan. Of course at that time, field mobile phones were used to keep in touch. The first machine is in the forest on the Lao side. The other one is in the Thai office. The day that Ta Chan's body was brought back to the Thai side, a phone call came from the Lao side at midnight. Which at that time there was no one on the Lao side. Pooh picked up the phone and heard someone say that he came to take him home as well. Pooh was very afraid. Pooh's heart was pounding and I couldn't say anything. Pooh hurriedly hung up the phone immediately.
Is this sound heard? It's a familiar sound, isn't it?
Yes, it was the voice of Ta Chan. Pooh remembered it well. The next day, Pooh told the incident to Tone and friends at the office. They said they had to go back and do the spirit inviting ceremony. But the Lao side cannot bring Thai monks to perform the ceremony. Pooh then consulted with people on the Lao side, which he often enters the forest, so he went to perform the ceremony instead. After that, he told Pooh that cannot be taken back to the Thai side, because of the Chow Pa Chow Cow Chow Chow on the Lao side. He wasn't allowed to go back. The spirit of Ta Chan must be on the Lao side. During that time, the concession lot was cut. Pooh didn't cross to the Lao side at all because he was very afraid. Workers on the Lao side often met Ta Chan walking around with a ball rolling ahead into the forest, causing the need to change workers very often, because workers are afraid and do not dare to work. Ta Chan will come to see it often. Sometimes bring the wood into the car and wait to cross to the Thai side. Someone will see Ta Chan coming to the front of the car and ask to take the bus back to the Thai side. But when reaching the Thai side, no one has seen Ta Chan anymore.
It's like his soul is trapped on the Lao side, right?
Yes, because the incense hasn't burned out yet. Which according to belief, as if they were eating, they weren't satisfied yet, and Ta Chan took his stuff.
And the other thing of them is an offering, which is the belief that the tree is inhabited by the forest prince.
Yes, as far as Pooh can remember. There will be many large Takian trees. Tabak tree believes that there will be something because the age of the tree is very long. When he found the corpse of Ta Chan, Pooh saw in the white eyes of Ta Chan red, green lips, and green nails.
Is it definitely an unnatural death?
Yes.
As we believe, why do people see Ta Chan before getting in the car? But when he arrived at the Thai side, he didn't see it, which we have faith in. We have already heard that if not inviting spirits, of course, the dead souls will not be able to cross the land. This is faith, listeners. Because each land has a guardian deity to protect it, such as having to carry the body back home each time the vehicle crosses the bridge. Coins will be scattered to buy passage. The corpse is able to cross the bridge, because the bridge has the symbol of the land. It is believed that this seal is sacred and very important. Ta Chan should be imprisoned there. Then when Pooh talked about round objects which roll in front of Ta Chan, reminds me of the story of a storyteller.
Yes, it's called Kling Dong, but in Laos, it's called Hua Ling.
The monkey's head is a type of aloe, right?
No, he said it wasn't that weed. It looks like a monkey's head. Decapitated from the body will have only one head.
He said that this round object, the so-called rolling dong, usually rolls in front of the dead. From listening to the story of one narrator, let's try to calculate the time for a bit. Pooh thinks that when Ta Chan asks for more liquor from Pooh at that time, I thought he was still a person. Or already dead.
He is still a person, of course. Because when he asked for it, it was 6 p.m.
And then I guess that's because he wants to drink a lot, so I don't know what to do. Made him bring the liquor that was offered to the cut tree before, and bring it to drinking.
Yes, but really, Ta Chan is a mischievous person. For example, someone brought something to pay respect to the court. The incense hasn't burned out yet. Ta Chan broke the joss stick in two, and then took the liquor to drink by lying that he had given permission.
Oh, it's about being addicted to alcohol again. The matter of partying is normal. But some people don't understand how to drink and make it addictive. But it actually happened. It's called alcoholism. That is, the body needs a lot of alcohol, it is indispensable. That's the whole story. It is the story of Ta Chan, an event in the reign of Pu. To work in Laos. Thank you very much.
Next time I will bring another story to tell you again. Bye.
Okay, bye.